In a quiet hospital corridor where the hum of machines replaces applause and studio lights, a story unfolds that no morning show audience was ever prepared to hear. This is not the Mark Consuelos viewers recognize, the confident co-host, the charming actor, the smiling husband beside Kelly Ripa. This is a different chapter entirely, one written in whispers, medical charts, and unanswered prayers. Mark Consuelos was admitted to a private medical facility after months of unexplained fatigue, persistent pain, and sudden weight loss he kept hidden from the public eye. Sources close to the situation describe his condition as serious from the start, with doctors later confirming an aggressive form of cancer that had progressed faster than anyone expected. As news of his hospitalization spread quietly among family and inner circles, the emotional strain reportedly intensified due to another devastating change in his life, a deeply personal and fictional divorce from longtime partner Kelly Ripa. In this imagined narrative, the separation was not driven by scandal or anger, but by exhaustion, emotional, physical, and psychological. They loved each other, one dark insider claims, but Mark didn't want Kelly to watch him fade. He made a decision he believed would spare her pain. Inside the hospital room, time moved differently. Daylight filtered through half-drawn curtains. Machines beeped with clinical indifference. Nurses spoke in careful tones. And Mark, once known for his energy and humor, lay still, his body weakened by treatment after treatment that no longer seemed to be working. Doctors eventually gathered outside his room late one evening. Their faces told the story before words ever did. In a moment described as both heartbreaking and surreal, a senior physician reportedly told staff that Mark's vitals were failing rapidly. The cancer had spread beyond control. Preparations were made, family members were notified, and in this fictional retelling, a doctor quietly declared the words no one ever wants spoken: "He's gone." But death, like life, is rarely so simple. What followed was confusion, machines still registering faint signals, a sudden irregular heartbeat, a nurse insisting she felt a pulse. Minutes stretched into chaos. The declaration was retracted, but the damage was already done. In this imagined scenario, the emotional weight of being pronounced dead while still alive left a permanent mark on Mark's psyche. When he regained partial consciousness hours later, witnesses say he asked only one question: "Is Kelly okay?" That question, more than any medical report, revealed the core of the story. Even after separation, even at the edge of life itself, his thoughts remained with the woman who had shared decades of love, family, and public life with him. In the days that followed, Mark reportedly made what sources describe as his big life decision. Facing mortality head-on, he chose to step away from everything that once defined him: television, fame, public appearances, even reconciliation. In this fictional narrative, he requested that no cameras enter, no statements be released, and no dramatic announcements be made. Instead, he asked for silence. Mark wanted peace, a fictional hospital staffer recounts. He said if this was the end, he didn't want it to be a headline. He wanted it to be human. Meanwhile, Kelly Ripa, portrayed here in a purely imagined role, was said to be devastated. Despite their separation, she allegedly remained nearby, refusing interviews, declining public sympathy, and focusing solely on their children. Friends describe her as strong, but shattered. As the days passed, Mark's condition fluctuated. Some mornings brought cautious optimism, others brought grim reality. Yet through it all, the decision he made remained firm. No return to the spotlight, no public redemption arc, no farewell tour. Only truth, only family, only now. This heartfelt story ends not with certainty, but with reflection. It asks what happens when a man known by millions is reduced to what truly matters, when success fades, when love changes form, and when life hangs by a thread. In this imagined version of events, Mark Consuelos is no longer defined by who he was on screen or who he loved publicly, but by the courage to face the end with dignity. And in that quiet hospital room, far from applause and headlines, one truth remains painfully clear. Some decisions are made not for life, but for peace.